You are your own resurrection, or I am my own resurrection. This video have found you because it was needed. What I'm sharing with you today is one of the biggest moments of my life and something that you can use in your life to make 2025 and the years after the best years ever in your life. So I'm speaking a lot about from my own story. That's the only way I can come from, and I'm sharing things and ideas, what happened to me, with you, so you can create a life that is not only amazing but is truly amazing, with a lot of love, with a lot of abundance, and a better health and shape than ever before. I am my own resurrection. What I'm sharing with you now is the story, how I came to this sentence and what I learned from it, and maybe see if you can open your mind up to this. And maybe you are ready for that kind of change in your life too. So, some years ago, after my breakdown, when I say breakdown, as I shared in other videos, I had a relationship 5-6 years on and off, and it was the woman of my dreams until after years of manipulation and different stories and things I did not understand, I finally found out that she was with another man, and she had 2 kids with another man that I didn't know of. And at that time when I found that out, I fall apart in thousands of pieces. And the thing that I learned, to make that story short and how you can use it in your life, the thing that I learned was that all the pieces that fall apart was not the pieces that what I was or what I am today. It was pieces of different characters or different facades or different, whatever you would call it, that I've figured out unconsciously to use to protect myself during all the hardships of life. And many of us do the same. So if you're wondering sometimes that it seems like you are not like fully with yourself, I had that feeling, or more, it was in the back of my head. If you sometimes feel like life is hard or you are not fitting in or things like that, I had that feeling for so many years or back in my head. And what I learned when I had my big breakdown was that all of these things where I during my life tried to fit in, because that's what happened for most of us. We try to fit in, we try to survive. And all that was what fell apart. So, when I began walking again, and this is what's very important, I did also share this in the video, just taking the steps. When I began my healing, when I began walking again, when I began finding out who am I behind all of that, one day I stumbled upon a book. And that book is a few years ago, this story. That book was from Neville Goddard, and it's in my basement now. I was thinking that I might take it up and begin reading something from it again, and some of the other books that really meant something to me, and share stuff from that. It was from Neville Goddard, who it's not one that I really looked into, but I might begin to do it more again now, and I will share if there's something that I believe would help you. One of the things from Neville Goddard's teaching, as I understand, he died, he passed away, he all resurrected, but it was the same year actually as I was born, 1972. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I looked through his teachings. I read it, and some of it I understood, some of it I didn't understand. But one of the things, and I'm going to share more, one of the things that kept in kept coming back to me was, I am my own resurrection. And it began to be more and more powerful for me, because I kind of, a lot of parts of me died when I had my breakdown, fell apart. I crashed, I crushed, I fell into 1,000 pieces. It felt like that. But also I connected with myself again, with my true self. So if there's something inside of you that feels like there's something in there calling, or you don't know who you are, something like that, which is my mission, really what I'm sharing with you is very, very, very powerful from my own, what I learned. I am my own resurrection. And I just looked it up before here, so I'm not going to spend too much time diving too much into it. But as I understand, it was something that, from stories that Jesus said, something like that about the resurrection. And then we have, in my mind, what happened then, from the story, from Neville Goddard, from my own story, I began seeing Jesus on the cross. You know, what we all see, what's in the churches, what's in the Bible and all those stories. I began seeing that in my mind. And again, I'm not going fully into the story here. I'm just sharing my own story, and for you to really, really, really hopefully open up to this. Because what came to my mind was that for me, for you to step into something else, for me to you to become more of yourself, to experience even more abundance and even more health and even more love. Sometimes we need to let go of the chapter we just read. Sometimes we need to let go and say, okay, that's finished, that's done. And sometimes we need to not even let it go, we need to let it die. We need to say, and that's okay. And we're doing that all the time, because our cells are resurrecting all the time, where some are dying, some are vanishing, and new is coming, and all of this. And it's the way nature is too, as I speak much about with nature here. It's the way nature is too. So, and our brain works like, from what I understand, I had with a Danish neuro coach, I had an interview with him. It's online, but in Danish. And we're speaking about this. The brain is living from old things. The brain cannot figure out the new stuff. So if you want something else, it's very, and you probably know this for your life, from your life, and I know that in midlife, in our 40s, 50s, when we got that transition, it's not getting easier, because we got so much data in here and our brain is perceiving reality as it is. So it's not getting easier. But to grasp this idea of, we need to let go, we need to say goodbye, we need to let it be, we need to let it die for us to resurrect. And it might sound harsh, and I know for me it was not an easy thing. Sometimes when I listen to people speak about these things, it sounds like it's very easy. For me it was not, and I'm not gonna say it was, but it was really tough getting through that. But the thing is, on the other end of that, there was the light. There was the light, and that's what we have to understand, that on the other end of it is the light. So many people speak about the comfort zone, and I did too when I was coaching, like life and business coaching, and I understand, and maybe we can see that as the resurrection also, that we got the comfort, so we are going into something new, and we are stepping into that. Our whole system tries to get us back. I spoke about that before. So if we are aware of that, we can walk through it, we can do it anyway. And on the other side of that lies the new adventure, all the unknown, but probably and most times it's the better things lying there, and we learned a lot during this. But the resurrection here is also, at least from my story, that on the other side of the comfort zone, when we walk through it, we also had to let go of the old. We also had to let go. We kind of resurrected. So I hope this makes sense. And a couple of things with this that actually what gave me the idea was that I read something from Neville Goddard again, and I probably will look into the book. And actually it reminded me, so a few years ago, just to let you know how, and also for me to remind myself how important this is, just watch here. I'm going to show something that I didn't show before, I think. Maybe sometimes people can see it. So I got something here on my chest. And if I do like this, maybe you could begin to see it. I'm going to help a little bit. Down here, it's a cross. And guess what? In that cross, so much this meant to me, in that cross, I wrote in there, I am my own resurrection. To remind me of what I shared with you, and also that it's my own responsibility all of the time. It's your own responsibility. I had to understand that I could not say it was him or her fault or anything. I had to take the responsibility. I'm creating another video about this. I can feel that it's my responsibility. I have to die or let go to resurrect in something better. So I'm going to leave it here with this. And I really, really, really hope it starts something inside of you. And I'm going to share more about this. Again, please feel free to comment if anything resonates with you or you got questions. Just let me know, because I will look at it and I will have it in mind, and maybe I can even answer it. Not a promise. I don't know. Sometimes it's not that easy from a few words, but at least you feel free to comment. And also, obviously, if you want to listen to more of this, I know for some people this is kind of like a little, okay, that's more than, I'm not ready for that, but that's okay. But if you do, then feel free to subscribe to the channel and also hit that bell. I learned more and more when I hit the bell, I will get notified when new videos come, new videos that I want to learn more about. So things that I want to learn more about. So when that is said, a lot of great energy for you, a lot of success energy, as I used to say, but also a loving energy of there's something inside of you that's calling for something bigger and better. And if you know that, if that resonates with you, I really know that this video was meant for you. So lots of love. See you in the next one.